what is it they call it when assholes collide? Well, we have a perfect example right here. But there's a couple important lessons to be learned as well. Guys, this is, of course, the Modern Survivalist channel. Being better prepared is what we do here. You have a ton of information already in the channel uploaded. You have, of course, my books, Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. Books that will help you get a lot better prepared. Available in Amazon in the links right there below. In this case, page 140. What is that you do in a situation like this? This is how you hold the firearm in that example right there. Right here, you have that little drawing of mine there. That's how you grip on a revolver. That's how you grip on a pistol. Why is that? Well, because depending on if the hammer is mounted or not, in this case, you want to hold the slide. In this case, you want to hold on to the cylinder, the barrel, and the frame, but most of all, the hammer, keeping it from dropping. Why? Because it may well be that someone very, very dumb is holding a thing like this gentleman, and he has the hammer up like that. You also see the finger in the trigger guard, which is something that's a big no-no. Well, this man was very angry because his neighbor was playing music very, very, very loud in Christmas. And instead of being reasonable, having a smart conversation about, you know what, my friend neighbor, could you please put the music down just a little bit, bring it down a little bit? It is Christmas. Maybe the guy's having a good time. Maybe it's not reasonable of you to ask him to put the music down. And if he does not bring it down a little bit, well, so be it. You don't compensate for the lack of what's underneath there with this thing here. That's what a lot of people try to do. That's how people end up getting hurt. A man ended up getting hurt, and this guy is going to be in a shitload of trouble as well. 74-year-old Rafael Moreno, former police officer, mind you, he had the bright idea of confronting his neighbor and his loud music and saying, you know what, I got this thing here, now I'm a man. And the neighbor was, I don't give a fuck that you're pointing that thing at me. So collision of idiots that ends up in very tragic ways, unfortunately. Look at that finger, mounted hammer. I don't give a fly. You call me a fat ass? It is quite funny. So, well, it's not very funny because someone ended up, he kept going at it. He kept going at it, looking for it. The guy was not scared that he had a gun, right? And this guy thought that he would be impressed by his gun, and he was not. And he kept going at it and insulting him, pushing him away, and then... yeah, and then in one of those pushes and shoves and things, yeah, someone got it, and that's where it is. Don't start shit. Don't go out there looking for trouble. Your neighbor has loud music. Hey, neighbor, I had a neighbor once tell me, you know what? I play music kind of loud. Is it bothering you? I was like, man, I didn't even notice, but if you say it is, yeah, maybe bring it down, I guess, but I haven't had a problem with it. Really? I mean, I'll tell you, if I have a problem, I'll go like, hey, dude, could you please, I'll just send you a message. Why? Because I have your phone already. Because I know you. You're my fucking neighbor. Dude, please bring it down. I have a headache. Oh, dude, it's like 2 a.m. He's having a birthday party. Is it reasonable of you to ask him to bring down the music? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. And if your neighbor says, fuck you, no, I'm not, well, maybe that's all there is. Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he's drunk. Maybe he's on drugs. Maybe he's lacking medication. You don't know. The only thing I do know is you don't compensate for the length of your manhood with one of those things over there. That's not what it's there for. That's not what... oh, but he was 74 years old and he was scared, so he brought out his thing. Well, that was a very big mistake. That guy is no longer... someone that is no longer there, someone that's going to spend the rest of his life locked up, and that's all there is. Because you could not keep it under control. You could not let it go. You did not, both of them. This guy screwed up, and this guy definitely screwed up too. He knew that he was a bitch, and he was trying to compensate with his steal. And sure, yeah, you were right, buddy. He called you a fat ass, and he was a bald fat ass himself. So fuck you. Okay, when assholes collide, guys, another lesson to be learned there. And if that's the case, let's suppose that this was something really that called for you doing something. Well, look at how many times he had the opportunity to hold on to that thing. the hand would go over the hammer, so as to stop it from dropping. He slaps it away. He's like, he has no respect for this guy. He thinks he's a complete ass. He just disregards it time and time and again. He had 1,000 opportunities to hold on to that thing. At some point, he even just slaps it away. If you're gonna do that, because not because of this, because this is not something that requires, but go for the entire hand, covering the frame, the cylinder, and the hammer, especially covering where the hammer would drop if enough pressure is applied to it and then ends up firing. Guys, that's the lesson to be learned there. See you next time. Take care.